Senator Chris Coons is a Democrat on the Appropriations Committee, and he plans to vote no. Sir, your take on what Speaker Ryan just said, that the Democrats want the shutdown just for politics to make Republicans look bad.
Dana, I choose to be hopeful about the meeting that's just concluded at the White House between President Trump and Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. And I disagree with what Speaker Ryan is saying. I don't want to shut down. Democrats don't want to shut down. We know how much it hurts the American people when our government isn't able to function. We want to fund the military. You just had Senator Graham on. We heard last night from the Department of Defense they can't take another 30-day short-term patch, another 30-day Band-Aid. We have a big menu of things that need to be resolved. Several of them are months overdue. Reauthorizing the Children's Health Insurance Program, reauthorizing and funding community health centers. We need to deal with Dreamers. There is broad bipartisan agreement. It is a problem we should tackle. But we also haven't funded the hurricanes that hit mainland America and Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands months ago, and the wildfires that have been raging out west, and the opioid crisis. We've got a good menu of things that need to be fixed. Senator Schumer is going to file an amendment to the CR that says, here's the things that if we can address them, we, at least I, speaking for myself as a Democrat, I would vote for a short-term CR to then work out the details. But if there's no interest in moving forward, then we have reached an impasse. I think a shutdown's a bad thing, but I also at this point think we can't have yet another 30-day extension.
But so the amendment that you just mentioned, is that what Senator Schumer was going to take to President Trump to get his take on it?
That's my understanding. He did not tell me that specifically, but what I heard from Senator Schumer this morning was that if you're going to have a negotiation, you got to know the terms. And so he and others in our leadership have put together a list that I have of here are the things that we think there can be bipartisan agreement on that have already come out of different committees or already been widely discussed. And if we can get progress on an agreement towards these, we can work together to keep this government open.
Since the actual DACA deadline is not until March 5th, and you seem somewhat close to getting a comprehensive immigration agreement done with the president, who says he's willing to take the heat from his right. So is it worth it then maybe to go ahead, vote for this CR, not shut down the government, because that could cause even harder feelings to take place, so that it makes it even harder to get that final agreement done? It seems to me Congress is so close to doing something that you haven't been able to do in the last 15 years.
Well, Dana, that's the point that Senator Graham was making earlier. A week ago, President Trump on Tuesday hosted a very positive, optimistic meeting. He invited a bipartisan group of Republicans and Democrats, House and Senate, and challenged them to come back with a deal that would resolve the challenge of DACA and the Dreamers. And so Senator Schumer and Senator Durbin, who have worked on this for 4 months with 6 senators, came back on Thursday to present it. And the president fairly famously now shot it down in what was a very heated exchange. It's exactly because of that change in position that Republican Senator Mitch McConnell said on the floor last night, we can't reach a deal until we know what the president will support. You can say, and he said, that the deadline isn't until March 5th. But if we're not making any progress, that's a huge amount of uncertainty for 800,000 young people in our country. I also think, as I said before, there is a big list of long overdue problems. I'm encouraged the president is staying here, isn't going golfing as of now for the weekend. The House hasn't left town. While we're all still here, let's get it done. Let's sit down around a table, hammer out the details, and move forward.
All right. Well, we'll see what Senator Schumer comes back with. We appreciate you being on, Senator Chris Coons of Delaware. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer left the White House moments ago after his meeting with President Trump in an effort to avert